What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bring you guys day number 18 in my 14th annual 31 Days of Horror, a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. And continuing along with the reviews here, I had mentioned that I saw Jason X at the drive-in theater about a week ago. So I decided that I will review Jason X because I didn't have time to record a review for anything I watched today, which I did watch 2 movies today, but I've reviewed them in the past. So yeah, we're going with Jason X today. So Jason X from the year 2001, I believe. I do have the 4K edition here from Arrow that recently came out, which I really like the 4K editions Arrow are putting out of the Friday films. We got the remake and then Jason X as well as Jason Goes to Hell. Just missing Freddy vs. Jason in that era of the Friday the 13th films. So Jason X, kind of a weird movie, right? Because as we saw in Jason Goes to Hell, it teases a matchup between Freddy and Jason. That was in 1993. So that movie was in development hell for a decade, and I believe they were finally getting movement on Freddy vs. Jason, but they sort of wanted to put out a new title to refresh everybody's memory, but they didn't want it to mess up with the timeline, so they're like, well, let's just set it way in the future, and that's how Jason X came about. So the movie opens up, I believe, in present day Camp Crystal Lake research facility or something like that, which probably would never exist. But you have a Jason who is chained up, and we basically get an idea that he's been, electrocuted and burned and all this stuff, and he just keeps coming back. It doesn't really acknowledge Part 9 at all, but which is kind of funny. If you were trying to bridge that gap, you would probably mention, the whole point of this movie is to not mess with the timeline, so you set it way in the future, but you still have that opening scene in present day, so it's kind of weird. Which I guess, unless, I don't know, unless that it takes place way in the future as well. I can't remember if it does or not, if it says. But anyway, Jason ends up escaping, killing David Cronenberg, I believe. And there's like a woman there who basically fights him off and locks him in like a cryo freeze chamber. But he stabs through it and stabs her in the side. And then all the cryo freeze chemicals leak out and freeze the whole room. Flash forward to the year 2455. And humanity has left the overpopulated Earth for the most part, and we're introduced to I believe a group of like students or something, a crew of scientists discover the research facility, and they find the 2 bodies, Jason frozen and the girl. They bring them back onto the ship. They essentially dethaw them, and they reanimate the woman, but Jason's body is too deteriorated. But then, of course, it works because it's Jason. And it wakes Jason up, and our lead character has been asleep for like 400 and some years. So everybody she knows is dead, and then that's basically the plot. There's all these different characters there as well, who feel like a mix between like teenagers and adults. Very similar to the vibe of Friday 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. It's actually a very similar movie, like just in terms of like the story, pacing and stuff like that. Like the story is in space, but instead, like everything else pretty much the same, the same kind of characters and stuff like that, that was on the boat. And yeah, so that's the plot. Jason X is easily my least favorite Friday the 13th film. I remember when it came out, I was so excited to see it, and I downloaded it on, like, one of the torrent sites back in the day, like Kazaa or something like that. And it took like days to download, and then I finally watched it, and I loved it. But I think I just loved anything Jason back then. As an adult, watching it back, it's just like, it's fun. It's not bad, but it's just like my least favorite. First of all, I hate like everybody in the movie. Like all the characters annoy the hell out of me, especially like the KM like cyborg girl. She and that like scientist dude are so cringy in the movie with their little stupid love thing going on. Jason is kind of badass. Kane Hodder really like amps his character up in this one, especially when he becomes Uber Jason. And the thing about Jason and the Uber Jason thing is like it doesn't even really make sense. Like the little like why would the ants or whatever is like the healing stuff, like why would it create a hockey mask? You know what I mean? Like a metal hockey mask. Like it, I don't know. Like the science behind it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's a movie that I don't really love. I like parts of it. Like I like the virtual reality Crystal Lake of the 80s. Like that's funny and cool. And overall, like it's the, you know, it has some decent like kills, like the ice face kill and stuff like that. But something else that has always like kind of bothered me about this movie is like, although the design of Uber Jason is cool, it just looks so plastic and rubber to me. Like it doesn't look metal. Like, and I feel like metal is like hard to pull off as a special effect, because even like the Tetsuo movies and stuff, like all that metal shit just looks like, it looks like plastic to me. So yeah, but anyway, with that said, I'll give Jason X a 5.5 out of 10. I did come up a half point. The movie didn't get on my nerves like it as much as it normally does. I do like the movie. It's just the one Friday the 13th that I will probably pick up last to watch. So yeah, that is Jason X. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow with another one. Peace.